Welcome back, my foodie fans and home cooks and chefs. Today we got something special again. Yes, your boy is a baker. So yes, I'll be up in there, Chef Boy RD, and up in there doing some Betty Crocker baking. So today what we have is a condensed milk bread. This milk bread is off the hook, you guys. You guys have to make this. This will be definitely a crowd pleaser. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to keep up with my weekly dishes. But we about to get up into this recipe. It's off the chain. Okay, so let's get into this ingredients. Here we have everything you need. So first you want to have 1 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast, 3 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 1/4 cup of softened butter. So that's what we're gonna start with, and we're about to get ready to get into the next part of this video regarding mixing all these ingredients up. Alright, so now we're going to be getting ready to start mixing in the ingredients for the dough. So we're going to add in the milk first, and next ingredient we're going to be adding in is the egg. All these ingredients are all going to be mixed together, and make sure you add in the dry ingredients as well. So, we're going to add in the condensed milk, coming next. If it's sticky, you want to have a little rubber spatula to scoop it all out, so you can make sure you have the right amount to mixing your ingredients in. What we're going to do now is we're going to be mixing in the yeast. So as we add in the yeast, we're going to add in the rest of the dry ingredients. So we're going to add in the salt next, following this. But before we add in the salt, we're going to actually be adding in the flour. So while we incorporate that flour, do it a little at a time, slowly into your, add it into your mixing bowl and everything like that. And make sure your mixer is on number 2. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put it too high. You want to put it just right. So while you're adding your salt in there, make sure that it's on 2, no higher, no lower. Just make sure it's on number 2. That is one tip I want to definitely do, because some people want to overly mix it or stuff like that, but you're not supposed to do it. It's supposed to take its time to mix. You can scrape some on down on the sides, but not necessarily have to, because this mixer actually blends all the ingredients together, cohesively. So as we do that, we're going to actually, once it goes into a ball and stuff like that, we're going to go into the next ingredients. Now you can see all the ingredients all combined. It's getting ready to go into a ball. See how overly melted the butter, but it's gonna work fine and stuff like that. But it was still softened. I overly softened it. But as it mixes together, don't worry about it. It's not gonna be spinning around. It's actually gonna be, all mixing evenly into the bread. And then after it's finished done, folding and everything like that with all the ingredients, we're gonna take it out and knead it next. Now that the dough has been all combined with all the butter and stuff like that, we'll actually turn it off and get ready to knead the dough, and actually get ready to start letting it rise after we do it, and get into the next part of finishing this dough up. dough. You know, sometimes you can actually use flour, some people use oil, some people put it on the counter. Make sure your hands are clean when you're heating your dough. Actually came out pretty good. Alright, so now that you got your kneaded your dough into a ball, what we're gonna do is put a little oil, you know, in the bottom of, you know, the bowl, something like that. Let it, you know, put the bowl in there, the flour in there, turn it around, boil it up pretty good, stuff like that, you know, and, you know, let it stay in here for about, let it rise for about an hour, cover it up and stuff like that. You know, some people put it in the oven just to use a little, put it in a warm space, you know, not hot and stuff like that, and just cover it up and let it rise for about an hour, and I'll see you back in an hour. After an hour, you know, of letting it sit in the oven with, you know, a cloth on top of it to let it rise, it's done. So we're going to be getting to the next part of doing it. We see it rise about double its size, so that's pretty cool. It did real well. Let's get into kneading it. Now we're getting ready to do is actually, you know, roll it out. So you start out with hands, spreading it out, you know, spread it out in like a good little square and stuff like that. So, you know, get the little hair out of it, you know, gotta deflate the bread, you know, before we get ready to cut it. So we're gonna be getting ready to cut it soon. So just trying to get it flattened out to get ready to get it to the next part of making this bread. Now I'm gonna get ready to slice it, you know, with my little bread dough slicer. So slice it down the middle, stuff like that. This amount that I made, you can make about 2 or 3, depending on what kind of pan you gotta put it in. You know, I think I'm gonna be making 3 of them out of here. So as I finish slicing them up, you know, what I do is I'm about to actually roll it out to make the bread. So right now I'm just slicing it, you know, down, but I'm about to actually put them away and incorporate making 3 of them. What you want to do next is get a cutting board, you know, or whatever you have. You know, you can use the counter and stuff to roll out your dough. Roll it out a little bit thin, you know, almost like kind of as thick as a cinnamon roll. You know, we're going to be rolling this up similar to a cinnamon roll and slicing it. So that's the consistency. So not necessarily sure. You know, it's about as thin as a pizza or whatever like that. But you'll see what I mean as I thin it out. And once we finish rolling it out as thin as we want, you know, it spreads out. So, you know, you're going to see how wide it is. I'm actually going to use 2 of these sizes to actually slice. Yeah, I did say I was going to make more than 1, so that's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to roll out 1 more, and we're going to be doing the slicing next. You know, you can slice them up to about, you know, maybe 6 or 7 rolls and stuff like that. But, you know, we'll get into that, you know, as we get further into the recipe. Now what you want to do is grab one of the ends. You know, you can spread it out a little bit, you know, roll it tight. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is roll it tight up, you know, all the way to this end. And this is how you get those layers and stuff like that. So after you roll it up, you know, so pull the sides around and you can stretch them on each side so they can be evenly together. And what you want to next do is you want to pinch the tops. So as you pinch it at the top, you know, it seals it in and stuff like that, and then we're gonna get ready to slice it. All right, so once you slice them up, you know, you can slice them up as thick as you would like, but don't get them too thin, you know what I'm saying? So probably do them probably an inch, you know, and then just put them in the pan next. And then we're gonna get ready to put them in the oven. After you finish slicing them up and putting them in the pan, let them rest and rise for about 45 minutes. They're gonna probably be half the size again, as you see. And after they're done rising, which you see right here, we're gonna add the egg wash on top. So we're gonna that's what we're gonna begin to be doing right now. Put the egg wash on top. You know, that's what gives it a shine. So we're gonna do that, and after this, we're gonna actually be sticking it in the oven to get ready to cook it and finish it. After the second proof is done for about an hour, hour and a half, we're gonna preset our oven to 350 degrees, you know, and we're gonna actually, you know, put everything in there. You see what I did? I added one with a little black sesame seed, one with just regular, and one with a little sea salt on top. So we're gonna put this in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. I definitely tell you to check it after about 30 minutes to see if it's done. The bread is in the oven. What we're gonna do is be making the condensed milk glaze that we're gonna put on top. So what we need is, what we see here is, all you need is 3 tablespoons of condensed milk and 1 unsalted butter. You know, you can do unsalted or salted or unsalted, but it consists of unsalted butter. And after you do that, we're gonna mix all these ingredients in, and it'll be actually done. So after I finish putting all these ingredients together, you know, I'll mix it in, you know, real well, you know, with a spoon and everything like that to finish making the glaze. Now that we've finished mixing the glaze, you know, you can see the consistency, everything is actually mixed all in, you know, just want to make sure. So this is what it's supposed to look like, you know, once everything is actually, you know, mixed all together. And what I'm gonna do next is actually take the bread out of the oven, and we're gonna put it on when it's piping hot. Now that the bread is done, you know, we're gonna get ready to put the glaze on, but it only took about 30 minutes, which was cool, you know, so I'm glad of that. So that's what I did. I just went and checked it in 30 minutes, and, you know, once it got a little golden brown on top, you know, I just actually took it out. You don't want to overcook it, because you can dry it out. And that's one thing that you don't want to do, is dry out your bread. So what we're gonna do is be adding in the glaze on top of it. And, you know, say you can be generous with it, you can be nice about it, but like I said, it's always good to slather this glaze on when it's hot, because it, you know, adheres to the bread. You heard me say adhere. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we better wipe the glaze on, you know what I'm saying, all over, under. Well, you don't have to do it under, but on top and stuff like that. But you guys, this glaze is going to be amazing. You know, talking about condensed milk on top of condensed milk bread. Oh, yep. You know, this bread is gonna be to die for after it is done. So once you guys finish this part, it's kind of actually down here from here. You know, you might want to let it cool off because it might be kind of too hot, you know, to break off. But it's really simple and easy, and you know, you guys gonna definitely enjoy it. If you definitely made this recipe, you got this far in this recipe, definitely let me know what you thought about it and how you guys family, you know, enjoy it after they ate it and stuff like that. I added a little sesame seed to try something new and different. I see everybody do it the regular way, but you know, I did that. The one in the middle has actually sea salt on top, so I wanted to try that as well, something a little twist on it. So you can actually, you know, do a little, you add in something on there if you want to, but it doesn't need it. I'm just gonna be honest with you, it does not need it and stuff like that. So as I finish with the glaze on the rest of them, you know, definitely leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. Now that the condensed milk bread is fully done with the glaze, it's looking really nice. You know, you can let it cool down for a little bit. It does taste good when it's hot, but you know, as the you know, the glaze, you know, it's how juicy it is. Man, it's done just right. You actually can peel away and actually serve with your folks. But I'm about to really do a taste test right now. Now, I normally don't eat on here, but I had to try this out. You know, this condensed milk bread. See the layers? Off the hook. I'm about to tell you how it tastes. Winner chicken dinner. That bad boy is nice, not overly sweetened. It's kind of dense but light. It kind of reminds you of like almost like a pretzel, but not with the sweetness. And it was kind of a balance with the condensed milk glaze on top of it. But yeah, it's just as good as everybody's saying. So definitely, if you like the video, don't forget to leave us a comment below. You know, and you know, I mean, man, I'm very speechless with this. This bread is off the hook. I mean, really off the hook. So this is your boy from Chopping and Grilling with your boy KC, and I will see you in the next dish. Guys, you gotta check it out.